Officially, good afternoon, traders, and welcome out to the Option Income Launchpad. Weekly market wrap, Friday afternoon. We're shutting her down. My name is Scott. I'll be the host. We've got a small but mighty crew of traders ready to carry us to the end here. Hopefully, we'll see more join us as we go. I'm starting to wonder if the Friday afternoon is not it used to be one of our stronger, right? We wrapped the week up, but there's been less attendance recently, so I'm not quite sure what to make of it. If you are someone who listens to the afternoon session recording, send me a message so I know, so that I don't think, oh, maybe we'll cancel or rearrange a different schedule to one that more people would want to attend. But I got to tell you, this last hour session for me is so helpful. As we're talking, I'll be like, you know what? I made my decision about something I was going to do to end the week, and I'll go do it while we're talking. Anyways, what are we going to do? Well, let's first cover the housekeeping matters. Remind you that what we do is for education, illustrative purposes only. Nothing is intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any financial security or product, because we're not brokers or advisors and therefore don't give any kind of personalized financial or investment advice. Decisions made should be done at your own risk, yada, yada, and yada. Today we are going to talk about the market analysis, what happened, what we think it means. We are going to revisit our market posture. I am no longer trying to make a note of what it was and what we predict it to be. Just not useful, not helpful. We will talk about our mindset for any trades that we think we maybe want to carry over the weekend. What we're thinking about for next week. I think we're all thinking about the same thing. Can we get this shutdown to end? Does not appear that we're making progress in that regard, but yeah. We'll take a look at our opportunity list, and we will wrap up section 2 from the trading plan. Moving on to section 3 in our final loop of the year. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the market itself. Where are we at? Okay. So what do we have? We have stochastics turning up. That's nice. We had a sell that tested below the 50, and now all of a sudden, where are we? We're back where we were. Although I got to tell you, something is off here. Close 670.31. Okay, yeah. Now it says we're down. What are we down? 0.13. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, never mind. I thought I saw something concerning, but turns out I was just wrong. What do we have here? That looks like a hammer. Hammering out the bottom, coming in at a support level, That looks good. I mean, we said, hey, it may pause and then turn. It may go a little further. Either way, it's still a higher low. That's still something that I think is in line with our trend. I am absolutely okay with that. If I get this, all is forgiven. This is going to continue to cross, and that should be great. I think there could be absolutely a strong signal come Monday. Today, you'll notice the volume is very likely to get above 105%. Okay, so let's get our calculator up here. And Right now, today, the average 76,987,558, which means we need 80,836,000. So let's just call it 81 million. We need 81 million. And right now we're at 76.3. So we need 4.5 million in the last 45 minutes. 4.5 million. And then we'll have above average volume. Now, let's just go look at yesterday. I'm going to go 30 minutes. Yesterday, in the last 30 minutes, we had 11 million trade. The day before, in the last 30 minutes, we had 11 million. The day before that, we had 9 million. The day before that, we had 13 million. The day before that, we had 8.2 million. I want you to notice that the last half an hour averages somewhere around 10 to 11 million. The last half hour, 10 to 11 million. So with us being at 76 now, I think we're going to be at a minimum at 86 to 87 million. We only need 81. This is going to be an above average volume day. I'm going to put it up preemptively. Nope, I don't want that. I want to duplicate that. I'm going to put it here. That's going to happen. Who's going to get it? Nobody, I think. Unless the sellers push this thing all the way back down underneath the 50 by the end of the close, or unless the buyers push it all the way up. Gosh, we'd have to get up here to like 673 or 74. If it stays as a hammer, that's a tie. We're within 0.14%. Right? We're within 0.14% of within 0.14% of the previous day's close. So it's going to be a tie. That's my projection. Volume's not going to change. I like it. I got to tell you, I think it looks like it's poised for a bounce early next week, and there may be something that we decide we like even today. What about from a scoring standpoint? Nothing's going to change. We did drop back below. Actually, that's not true. I might take away 1/4 point. It does feel like it's dropped back into. Let me draw some straight lines here. All right, we had this. Nope, let's see. We had this and this. And it feels like, I wanted to see it hold halfway in order to break above. It didn't. So maybe that drops 1/4 point. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. The weekly? No. This does not impact the trend. If this thing were to just sort of like hold and then turn. But I want you to notice how many times in the current market we're in, big red, right back to white. Big red, right back to white. Kind of red, right back to white. I mean, right now, this thing could go. Now, it's also been like we had this much time, and then we had this much time, and then we had this much time. So it's coming a little bit sooner right now. I certainly recognize that. But this is not going to change. Let's go back 6-month daily. Let me scroll down. And what about the VIX? Yeah, we talked about this actually even yesterday, and we said we'd love to see the VIX not go above 20. But it did go above 20. I said as long as it doesn't close above 20. Then we're still in the same position we've been in. What happened? We're at 19.99. Now, if it closed at 20.01, 20.10, I mean, if it gets a little bit higher, am I going to be like, oh, that's it? That's it. We said if it gets above 20. No, of course not. It's the generic, like, does 20 as a particular level hold? So yeah. Give me your take. Do you guys agree? Disagree? Now it's funny because I actually said that what we're seeing if it did look like this, if the next day I get something like this here where it goes and rolls over and it takes this out and it rolls, then I'm thinking there it is. Boom, boom. There's the high. There's the old high, which means that's definitely a lower high, right? So, yeah, that's my thought. That is my thought. Okay, what else? What else? So overall, I think that this is supportive. This is supportive of what we're seeing, of what we're thinking about. Yeah. I absolutely have zero problem with that at all. Okay. What else do we need to look at? Let's come back over here. No jobs report today. What it might have shown. Treasury official warns of economic pain if SCOTUS rules against tariffs. I mean, yeah, but if it's against the law, it's against the law. We can't really be like, you know what? It'll be a pain in the ass if we have to go, pay it back. It's like, well, yeah, okay, but whether or not we ever should have done it or not is the issue. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I had to make a quick adjustment here to something. Let's keep looking through. What am I missing from the news? Anybody tell me? We already talked about Bitcoin being down 20%. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's take a look at the calendar. And then let's get to the watch list. And then we'll get to the watch list. So, we did not get Nope, that's next week's. We did not get any of these things that we were thinking we might get. Next week, what will we get? Nothing on Monday. Nothing on Tuesday. Optimism is not really something we care too much about. Okay, Wednesday, we have some Fed speak. Thursday, we were supposed to get yeah. We were supposed to get some things, but we're not getting it yet. Thursday, we're supposed to get CPI. Friday, PPI and sales. None of that is coming our way. Yeah, none of that is coming our way. All right. Okay. Fed Watch, where are we at? Okay. Yeah, two to one still. Everyone's still looking for it, but yeah, not yet. Okay, let's get to our watch list. Let's see if there's something worth trading or if we think it's not going to be until Monday. Okay. If I can get to the top. Apple. Oh, it's so close. So close. Still holding the same level. Right? Still holding that same level of support. Amazon, close. Close. We're not gonna rush it. We're not gonna force it. Yeah. But tell me if there's any of these that you're thinking about, that you're close to, that you are thinking that you would be willing to trade. And then we'll get cracking here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Took eBay. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Let's take a look at that one when we get there. Okay. APH. Close. A lot of these, I want you to notice what we're seeing. We're seeing the stochastics turning, but we don't have price yet where it needs to be. Right? We don't have price there yet. AVGO. Ooh, AVGO took a little bit of a hit today. I thought that one was definitely going to be in the realm. But not quite yet. AXP looks okay. If you had taken the trade of the if you had taken the trade from the breakout of the flag, I would actually say that one looks pretty reasonable. Still moving, still showing some signs. Hey Vladimir, good to see you. Bank of America, no. Citigroup, no. Caterpillar, no. CCJ, no. I mean, they're all trying to hold on, right? They're all trying to hold on. Just not yet, right? Okay. Okay, let's keep going. CLS. Okay, CLS is one that I've been wanting to trade, but just haven't seen the opportunity yet. Okay. Let's keep seeing what we have. Capital One. Capital One, not yet. Coinbase trying to recover, but not yet. Cisco. Oh, man, Cisco looks great, but we have earnings coming up, so I just don't think there's going to be anything there. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, a lot of good setups right now, actually. Plenty of good setups right now. Delta, not one of them. Not for me, not yet. Here's the Dow today, also flagging. Here is here's our Ford. Ford looks like it's holding up. I mean, Ford today is up almost 2%. So, looking pretty good there. GE. Ooh, GE is one that I was thinking about. Today I was watching it and was getting absolutely demolished. Right? Absolutely demolished. And now it's coming back. That's a maybe for me. We may visit that one again. Let's go back. Let me take a look at eBay. I know someone traded eBay. Oh, okay. Another one of those that looks like it turned. Now, eBay's coming off a low, but it's got a lot of upside room that it could definitely look to make a move. So that makes sense to me. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what else? Early today? Who took this trade today? That was Kevin. Kevin. It looks like a pretty good take. How early was the trade taken? We'll just keep going here. About 1. Okay. Okay. Very nice. All right. Where was I? GE Gold. Gold is still kind of popping around a little bit. Okay. Google. Yeah, I was wondering if Google was going to show up for a trade, but the answer is not yet. That candle looked pretty good, but it only pinched the stochastics. So I'm going to say that's a no. That's a no-go, but certainly it's still in the realm of setup opportunity, so we'll look for that. Goldman is a no. Robinhood, trying, but it's coming off a pretty heavy sell from its earnings. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Howmet. If we liked GE, maybe we would like another one of these. Not yet. IBM. Not yet. Okay, let's keep going. Intel. I think Intel looks fantastic. Stochastics is pinching. We're right at support. Honestly, for me, if it gets above 38.35, I think that's a go. I think that's a go in that situation. Okay. IWM. Did anyone pull the trigger on anything else today? So IWM is really barely holding on at this point. Barely holding on at this point, but it is holding on. I am a little concerned. I am a little concerned that the market posture is not going to hold up when we see this. A little bit of a concern with that right now. Give me a sense if you have an opinion on that, you guys. Lumentum looks like it's running out of steam. MasterCard, nothing there. Meta continues to struggle. Okay, let's keep going. Morgan Stanley. I hope you guys are recognizing how many of these types of candles we're seeing. Okay, let's keep going. Microsoft. Microsoft is too far down for me. I see this in consolidation. I think that it is in a situation where we need to see it make the break. Then the pullback, and then we see something along these lines. Without that, I don't think we have what we need yet. A lot of things are closer than that, so we're going to probably just kind of stick with those for now and see about it as we keep going forward. Okay. Let's keep going forward here. Micron. Micron's a tough read, actually. Yeah, Micron is a tough read. I don't think it has what we need for a signal, but it definitely looks strong. So the question is, what would the next trade possibly look like when it comes to that one? Netflix says what? Negative. NOC, Northrop Grumman, pulling back. Now, I need to find it. I had created a new list of stocks from consumers, but we actually created a new list of industrials. Let's walk through those. This is just last night. So NOC, El Jago mentioned this. Here is the new list. This one I do have from industrials. I think GE looks like a good trade right now. Okay, let's keep looking. Okay. They include RTX. That's the one mentioned. Nope, that's not it. Let me make sure this is taking it. RTX. Oh, geez. I don't know what that is. Delete. Clear. There we go. RTX. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're seeing it. GE looks pretty good today. There's RTX today. There's JCI. Flat. VRT. VRT is giving that hammer style signal. Okay, let's keep going. BE was a new one, kind of flat. MIR. Still pulling back. SYM. Same. I agree. El Jago, that the RTX is definitely the strongest looking of the new ones. I would say RTX is looking viable. I mean, if you took it, the problem is it's like not many out of the whole market. So I'm a little bit reticent to put a trade on Friday afternoon, knowing that we don't have what we need across the entire market, that the whole market is still just a bit concerned. So yeah, Okay. Okay, let's keep going. You guys are quiet. Anyone trading? Anyone pulling the trigger on any of these? Nvidia, very close, but you've got earnings. I just don't think we're going to have time. Hey, Steven made it. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Nice success on day trades today. Okay, were those your own or with Glenn or a bit of both? PLTR. Mostly puts. Ah, in the morning session, or in the morning, I would say probably, huh? Okay. PLTR call about an hour ago. It definitely made a good comeback, didn't it? Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Small wins taken on a Friday. Yeah, right? This is the same kind of thing with like a lot of these are showing this type of a hammer setup, but our Ford trade is actually still moving. So we're like, yeah, okay. That's a victory for us, right? That's a victory. Okay. Had some bull put spreads closed today. Kept all the premiums. Love it. Max gain on some bull puts. Nothing wrong with that at all. At all. Okay. Reddit trying to make a little bit of a comeback, but still iffy. Rocket Lab, still iffy. I'm kind of getting ready to bounce both of those. I'm not going to lie. I'm not loving those. SLV, flat, SOFI, maybe starting to set up. Here's the SPY. Okay, now, 15 minutes left. Where are we? I told you, we needed 81 million. We're at 83. We have above average volume. Who wins? Nobody. It's a tie. Right? It's a tie. Okay. All right. Tesla. Down quite a bit. Right? It's down quite a bit. Okay. Uber is still flat. Still holding support at 92. Bullish dollar pulling back. The VIX is pulling back. Steven, I don't know if you were here when we talked about the VIX. I don't know if you were here when we talked about the VIX or not, but it is we sort of discussed we don't want it to get above 20. And I said, well, if it does get above 20, hopefully it's only intraday. And then it pulls back. Yes, now you can see it's actually back underneath. Back underneath the 20 mark. So seems to be holding in that regard. Okay. Walmart trying to make a reversal pattern here. Let's look through the XLs. Okay. XLB, nothing. It's trying to recover. XLC, I got to tell you, communication services really starting to struggle. It's trying to hold on, but they don't look great. I like Google, but not much else. Energy is increasing a little bit. Financials is trying. Industrials, I think industrials has some strength. That's definitely one where I'm looking for something. Hopefully Gov will reopen by Monday. What do you know? Is there news? You have news about progress? Is there progress? Here's the question. Okay, for those of you who are here, does it open because A, they enact what do they say? Go nuclear. They take away the filibuster, right? They break it down to only needing 50. B, Republicans agree to cover the subsidies come 2026. Or C, the Democrats agree to just pass a clean CR. And what would your preference be? Mine is B as well. Lee says C, they just agree to pass it. I don't know. I think if they don't hold out, those don't get negotiated by the end of the year and people are in a lot of trouble. Extending it for their spouses are pissed about airline delays. Oh, that's funny. Funny and true. Prefer B, but yeah. Well, I like what Steven's talking about. If they extend the credits for 1 year while they work on a meaningful health plan. I got to tell you guys, I'm remembering back in Trump's first administration when he said 2 weeks, I'll give you my new health plan, which is so much better than Obamacare. 2 weeks, he said. And so I thought for sure it was already done. But I don't know what happened to it. Wait, they missed getting. I think you mean is that the one when what's his name from Arizona put his thumb down? I don't think that was passing a new plan. That was only yanking the rug out from the old plan. I don't think that's a good idea. That just puts us back. Do you think that there was here's how everyone has healthcare now? I don't think that's what that plan was. I think that was simply an Obamacare repeal, but there was no replace. We can't repeal without a replace. In my opinion. In my humble opinion. Thoughts? They said they had one to pass, but they didn't have it at the same time, right? I'd like to see that one. I think we all would. Okay. XLK. So XLI looks pretty good to me. Bouncing at a higher high, that's as good as we could ask for. XLK looks fine still. Yeah, definitely looks pretty good still. The senator from Louisiana, no pay for Congress. Yeah, no, I agree with that, right? No pay for anyone legislative, Congress or Senate, until they resolve the shutdown. Then let's start to put a lot of that in there, right? And like I said, give Senate and Congress the same health plan the average American gets, and let's see what they pass. Right? That's my thought. Make them have some skin in the game. Okay. They're also talking about setting up a rule to never have a shutdown again. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. XLP. Horrible. XLU. Maybe trying. Maybe. Okay. Let's keep going. Healthcare is kind of topping out, it seems, and consumer discretionary is trying. Okay, so for next week, what are my thoughts? My thoughts are technology, industrials, consumer discretionary. Those are the primary areas where I think that momentum is in a place to do something. Okay. Did I miss anything? We've got 5 minutes. Obviously, we're not putting a trade on today. It's not where it needs to be today. But I think we are. I think we are absolutely in a place to see setups going into next week. I think our posture is going to hold up. I don't think it's going to really change too much. I think that we could definitely see the score remain the same. So there you go. Changing, major market dropping. Yes, I could see that. I could see that. Okay. Don't forget, finish your market posture plans so that we can move on to trading rules and see where that puts us. But I think it was a good week. There was some concerns. Those concerns seem to have played out just a little bit. Overall, I think we're going to be moving into next week still around 4.5 or 5 and looking for a bounce. And then, gosh, if we get that government shutdown out of the way, I think everything else gets just a little bit easier. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Good to see everybody. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I will see you guys Sunday morning. Remember, if you're going to see the last of our good friend Bob Walker, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, he will join us. I would love to have everyone show up and give him a nice send-off.